sorry, morning. I've been up since like 6:30 this morning, so it feels like afternoon, but it is only at 10:45 in the morning today. So good morning, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, I'm Jenna, and I live in South Korea with my husband. I feel like today is like a pretty busy day, and I think it is because this morning I went to post with Garrett, dropped him off, and then I went to go and get money for rent. And funny story about that, so I guess I just don't go to post very often in the morning, and it was like 7:15 when I was there, and I was driving to get cash after I dropped Garrett off so that we could pay rent at the end of the month. And I'm driving and there's people blocking off the road, and I was like, oh, like they're just blocking off, they let me go. So I was like, I'm gonna turn right. There was no sign to no turn right, and no one was on the road, and there were a ton of people running on the roads. So if you're a military wife and you're new, whenever they have that going on in the morning, it means they're running and you can't use that street. And these people that were doing like the, yeah, you can go, like the little guard things, they just looked at me like, what the hell? Like, what are you doing? Anyway, so I got cash, came home, and kind of just like hung out with the dogs, took them out to go to the bathroom, fed them, all that fun stuff. I got ready, and now I am at a, like, I would say a meeting slash job interview. So a lot of you may know that I was an English teacher here in South Korea. That didn't really end well, and I'm not going to go into it because I respect the company and I respect my old boss too much, but it was just a lot and it just didn't work out, and I just didn't want to put myself through that anymore. But I am forever grateful, and I'm so thankful that I had that opportunity to teach English as a second language, and I'll always remember it. But it just wasn't for me, and you know, I'm not a teacher by day. I am a lash artist and microblade artist, so it was a very, very hard thing to learn, but I'm really happy that I did it. But anyways, I have a job interview slash meeting. I think I already have the job, to be honest, but I don't really know. I brought my resume just in case and all that, but it's pretty much just like a blogger, and I get paid for each post that I do, and I'm just really excited. I was expecting just to do it for free, and I'm just really looking forward to it. It'll get me out here in Pyeongtaek and to see a few things here in Korea. I'll be paired with a Korean national, and I'm gonna go more into my new job in a different video. But today, after this, I'm going to meet a friend, and we are going to Bee and Honey Cafe, and this will be part 2 of my cafe series, so I'm really excited to take you to this one. So this cafe is obviously called Bee and Honey, and you heard it, bee and honey. So they have their own bees, they make their own honey, and you can also honey taste, and everything that they have at this cafe is usually bee and or honey themed, and everything is really good. I've had a really good experience here every time I've come. So of course, like always, we gotta check on the doggos first. These dogs are really sweet, and she just had puppies, and I had no idea that she was pregnant last time I was here. Here's the baby daddy, he's really cute. And here is the front of Bee and Honey Cafe, and I just think it's super cute. You can see all the bees in their boxes. I don't know if, oh, there you go, you can see a little bit of them. And I just think it's really cool to have that aesthetic and see the farm that they have. And then this is the inside. This is where you're gonna order your coffee and pastry, whatever you're gonna get. And they have a whole bunch of different options. And they also sell honey. You can do honey tastings, and you can also buy the honey. You can also buy a jar there and fill up your honey of whatever honey you like. I like the tangerine honey. It's probably the best in my opinion, and it's really sweet, really nice, and you can taste them and pick out your favorite. They also have a ton of candles made from beeswax for sale, and I think that's pretty cool. I also think you can make things here, but I'm not entirely sure. And I just think this is a really cool addition. You can see the bees working through that glass. In time for the fun part, I got a lemonade, a ham and cheese sandwich thing with honey on top of it, and an avocado. I mean, look at that. Just beautiful. It was so good. I had a great experience with that. and this is the hiking trail that is across from Bee and Honey Cafe, and I just think it's really cool. I've done this a few times with my husband and dogs, and I really like it. So I just got home from the cafe and I ran a few errands afterwards, and I just had a great time. I'm glad that I got to show you that cafe. That one is a very unique one. I feel like every cafe to me is a little bit different, but also the same, but this one is definitely like very, very unique in its own way. Like, what kind of cafe has its own bees that produces their own honey and they sell it? You can do tastings there. They have everything honey, and the drinks that I got were delicious, and I just had a really good time. I actually forgot to mention where this cafe was, and it's about 10 to 15 minutes away from Camp Humphreys. And when you get into the WAZE directions, it will take you down a really funky back road. It honestly feels like you're gonna get murdered, but I promise you, you won't. And the really cool thing about this area is that it has a hiking trail right across from it. So you can either go on your hike and, you know, get all those endorphins all ready to go and then get your coffee and whatever you want, or you can get your coffee to go and do the little hike. The hike is about like maybe 30-40 minutes, just depending on how fast you're going and if you can handle it. It was a little steep for me at first, but it's actually pretty easy. But yeah, it's about a 10 to 15 minute drive depending on where you are coming from Camp Humphreys, and it'll take you a weird way, but I promise you it'll be totally fine. I hope you enjoyed this video, and like always, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and follow me on my Instagram. See you next time, guys. Bye!